Kamusta mga katribo? This is again Jake from CFT Blueprint Team. And today, very interesting ang topic natin, no? Pero bago yan, sabihin nyo muna, joke lang, baka mapagalitan tayo. Knowledge is power! Pero mas maganda kung i-apply natin to at magpa-practice tayo, no? Applied knowledge is power. So today, didiscuss natin kung paano ba tayo makakabasa ng charts and patterns. Aminin ko sa inyo before, sobrang alien sa akin tong mga charts, no? Lalo na pag lumalabas to sa mga financial channel, talking about the price movement of the stock, nauumpog sa kung saan, nag-support, etc. After this video, we hope na makabasa na tayo ng charts and we should be able to understand it. So tara, game? So simulan muna natin sa different types of charts, no? Bago pala tayo mag-define ng different charts, meron lang tayong mga concepts na bago muna nating malaman, no? Simulan natin sa opening. Opening, ito yung opening price when the stock market opens, no? High, ito naman yung highest value of the stock price of the given period. Low, ito naman yung lowest value of the given period. Closing, ito naman yung last value niya when the stock market closes. So meron tayong iba-ibang mga charts, no? Una muna is meron tayong line chart. Parang connect the dots lang to eh. Kasi you will connect the closing prices of each period, no, with the line. With this chart, we can see that the general price move in the stock over a period of time, no? Second is the bar chart, no? Dito natin makikita yung apat na concepts na diniscuss natin kanina. Meron itong open, high, low, or close, or tinatawag na OHLC. The horizontal dash on the left side shows the opening and the right side naman is the closing, no? Nag-iiba ito ng kulay, red kapag mas mababa ang close kaysa sa opening, green naman kapag mas mataas nag-close kaysa sa opening. So, okay, mag-alala, may mga sample tayo later on. Sa pangatlo is yung candlestick chart, which is very similar to the bar charts. Meron itong two parts, no? The wick and the body. The body represents the open and close of the price, no? While the wicks naman yung high and low. So sa image na ito, meron tayong tinatawag na upper shadow which represents the highest value and lower shadow which represents the lowest value. Nag-iba din to ng kulay, same nung bar chart natin, no? Depende on how it closed. So if mas mataas ang value ng closing kaysa sa opening, green siya. If mas mababa naman ang close sa opening, red siya. Ang kagandahan kasi when using this type of chart is that we can see the movement of the price. Unlike sa line chart na closing lang ang makikita natin, no? Sa candles na to represents human emotions and behaviors which we can use and interpret when making our trade plans, no? For this one, mag-focus tayo sa candlestick charts. So discuss natin yung types ng candles. Again, don't worry kung hindi nyo makabisado yung mga pangalan ng candles. Tingnan nyo lang yung itsura ng candles, yung qualities niya. Hindi ko rin kasi alam yung mga tawag dito before, but nakikita ko lang siya, itsura ng candle and its characteristics. First candle is the Morobozu candle, so which indicates a strong direction of the price movement. Wala tong wick, no? Which means very decisive ang mga traders on which direction they are looking. Pare-pare sila na nakikita. Doji, no? This type of candle is like a cross with an equal or almost equal length of wicks. This means that the price for that period did not change. So, unchanged siya. So, now na na-identify na natin yung different types of charts and ano yung candles, no? Tingnan naman natin kung how can we interpret it using the patterns. Simulan natin sa bullish, no? Pag sinabing bullish kasi, our expectation is that there is a high chance of going up. Kapag bearish naman, our expectation is there is a chance of going it down. Warning lang these patterns are not absolute, no? Maaari pa rin magbago ang behavior ng isang price kahit na makita mo to yung mga pattern na to. But knowing these patterns will give you an edge and add more conviction when we do our trades. So today, discuss natin yung 5 common bullish candlestick patterns. Engulfing o sa Tagalog, nilamon. Okay, nagugutom na yata ako. So this pattern consists of two candles, no? For example, meron tayong cute na red candle dito and the next day nag-close siya at gumawa siya ng malaking candle. Nilamon niya yung image o yung range nung cute na red candle before it. This is what we call an engulfing candle. Malaki ang chance na magpatuloy ito pataas kasi the buyers are in control, no? It engulfs the negative sentiment brought to you by the previous candle and it did more and overtakes its range. So the next one is meron tayong hammer candlestick pattern. A hammer occurs when a stock is traded lower than its opening price, pero by the end of the day, the buyers won and had enough strength to close it back to the top of the range. So kaya siya tinatawag na hammer kasi mukha siyang martilyo. So, range ng body niya is narrow while the stock wick is long. Ibig sabihin nito, mas maraming gustong bumili kaya nagkaroon ng reaction or rejection doon sa level na yon. Buyers are again in control kasi natulak nila yung pataas yung presyo. Next bullish pattern is harami. Ito yung mahabang red candle or bearish candle followed by a green candle. It signifies strength of the buyers kasi it stopped the massive sell down, no? And managed to close it within the range but not lower. Notice that the opening and closing of the green candle is within the range of the bearish candle. Huwag nating confuse yung harami sa engulfing kasi mas nauna yung wide range dito, nauna yung wide range kaysa sa cute candle sa susunod, no? So inside range of the candle siya. Next is piercing, no? This pattern naman consists of a wide bearish red candle followed by a bullish candle that closed at least halfway doon sa naunang candle, no? Yung pag-angat niya from bearish to bullish in a day signifies strength and even almost engulfs the whole white candle. It again means that the buyers are willing to buy at that level and push it higher. Doji. So, na-discuss natin to kanina, no? The doji is probably the most popular candlestick patterns. The stock opens up and goes nowhere throughout the day and it closes right or near the opening price. No? Quite simply, it represents indecisions and causes traders to question the current trend. So when we see something like a cross pattern, it means na hindi masyadong gumalaw yung price. Stay put lang siya. So it can be because the buyers and sellers are on equal footing. No? Pantay sila. So kapag ang presyo ang bumulusok pababa in the past few days, tapos nagkaroon ng ganitong pattern, it signifies na pantay na yung power nila to hold the price at hindi na siya kayang bumaba pa. Of course, meron din tayong bearish candlestick patterns, no? So kung mapapansin nyo, kabaliktaran lang siya ng bullish candles. Galing sila from the pataas yung trend, no? Then nag-stop and then mag-iiba na ng direction. Okay, so punta naman tayo sa patterns, no? These are common patterns that the price does over a series of time, no? Pwede natin itong basahin with meaning that is connected to the reaction of the traders. Prices does not move in a straight line. When prices are trending, they usually consolidate or magpo-pause siya before continuing to the trend. And they usually form into a box or a triangle, no? So, meron tayong examples below for the continuation patterns. So, narinig nyo na ba yung phrase na trading is an art? Ang patterns kasi hindi naman laging maganda yan, eh, no? Subjective yan to the viewer. So, ang mapapayo ko is practice lang tayo ng practice. Practice natin yung mata natin to spot those patterns and makukuha nyo rin yan with the use of the muscle memory. So, yun, look at the charts, practice lang tayo. Again, applied knowledge is so, hindi mo talaga kailangan i-memorize yan, no? But do take note that if you know these patterns, it will help you greatly with your trading action plan. So, tuloy-tuloy lang tayo into more patterns, no? These are bullish reversal patterns. Double bottom. A double bottom pattern happens when the support is tested or visited twice and holds in that level before reversing to a different trend, no? So, kunyari po baba yung price, so nagkaroon siya ng isang tama, one, umangat, bumalik ulit sa baba support, pangalawa, yun tinatawag na double bottom, no? So, practical example tayo, no? Kunyari sa Takeshi's Castle tayo. May isang pader. Kailangan mong banggain or makalusot dun sa pader. Trinayin mo isang beses. Bang! First up, nag-support yung pader. Trinayin mo pangalawa. Bang! Ayaw pa din. So, nag-support pangalawang beses yung pader. So, pangalawang beses na yun, sabi mo, hindi mo na ako maluloko. Mag-iiba ka na ng direksyon at mamimili ka ng ibang pinto. So, yun yung double bottom. Nag-iba ka ng direksyon. So, next, meron naman tayong triple bottom pattern, no? This happens when the support is tested. So, para lang siyang double bottom pero may pangatlong beses mo pa siyang trinay, no? So, balik tayo sa Takeshi Castle, no? So, meron tayong isang player na ayaw talaga maniwala sa unang player, no? Sa sinabi na natin na hindi mahirap yung pintuan na yan. Hindi mo mababasag yan. Ayaw niyang maniwala. Tinubukan niya ulit yung banggain yung pinto. Una, bang, ayaw. Pangalawa, bang, ayaw pa din. Pangatlo, mas malakas, bang, ayaw pa din. Sabi niya, oo nga, tama ka, matigas nga. So, umiiwas na rin siya. Lumipat na siya sa ibang direksyon. Inverted head and shoulders. So, imagine nyo, meron tayong shoulders at may ulo. So, baliktarin nyo lang siya. Inverted head and shoulders. Yun na yun. De joke lang. In this pattern, you need to look for 3 things, no? A head, a shoulder, and a neckline. So, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung pagtigil ng price pabulusok pababa, no? So, halimbawa, teka lang hindi na tayo pwedeng Takeshi's Castle. So, iba naman tayo. So, kunwari may kadate ka, no? Sightseeing kayo sa Baguio, punta kayo sa, anong tawag doon? Burnham Park. So, yan, sagwan-sagwan kayo, no? So, yung kadate mo, gustong puntahan nyo sa likod, no? So, nagsagwan kayo patras, no? Yung momentum yung ng bangka is patras. Pero nagbago kayo ng isip, gusto nyo naman pumunta sa harap. So, nagsagwan kayo paharap. Di ba kahit nagsagwan kayo paharap, hindi nyo pa rin humina muna yung momentum nyo pa atras bago kayo dalhin pa harap. Yung agos na yun is yung trend, no? Yung trend na tinatawag. So, kung i-relate natin sa head and shoulders, yung agos na yun is yung trend ng pagbaba, pero nag-iba kayo ng direksyon. Pipigilan ng buyers i-absorb yung momentum ng sellers, no? Kailangan yung sumagwan paharap. So, kunwari, unang best trinay ng lumaban ng mga buyers, aangat ng konti yung presyo, pero meron pa rin may iwang ng mga sellers na gusto pang bumaba yung price. Kaya magkakaroon nito ng panibagong low, no? Pero since nando na yung mga demand ng buyers, try ulit nilang saluhin at bibilhin ito pataas. Then again, may residual pataas, no? But then again, may residual na sellers at pilit matong ibaba yung presyo. Pero this time, di na ito kasing lakas nung naunang mga sell down. Kaya di na ito aabot doon sa lowest point. And maubusan na sila ng lakas at tuluyan ng matatalo ng mga buyers yung mga sellers, kaya magre-reverse na yung trend o yung agos. Don't worry kung di nyo nasundan, medyo malabo siguro yung example ko, pero pag umabot tayo sa susunod na topics, pwede natin balikan to ulit. Bearish reversal patterns. So sa bearish reversal naman siya, kabektarya na siya ng mga bullish reversal patterns, no? So yung agos, yung agos or yung trend ay pataas naman, no? So for example, pataas siya, no? At kapag humina na yung trend, maaari tayong makakita ng mga kabaliktaran ng mga patterns na discuss natin at maaari na siyang mag-reverse, no? Ayun, natapos din ang Stock Market 102, no? So, busog ba? Don't forget to apply what you learn and practice lang, no? Sanayin natin yung mga mata natin sa tulong ni Takeshi. Yun lamang, no? Sana marami tayong natutunan at napulot, no? Hanggang sa susunod na video, maraming salamat at paalam.